Joanna, you're next.
I recite my times tables every night before bed.
Why?
Because I've always been rubbish at maths. It just doesn't go in my head. My brain doesn't compute that way. And I can learn loads and loads of lines if I'm acting, but I've never been able to get my times tables in. And I thought, before I die, I want to be able to do my times tables. And also, when you go to a sale and you go shopping, when it says 75% off a dress or 40%, I can't work that out. I know it's thick and I feel embarrassed because I'm sitting next to you and you've got a degree.
I'm a famous mathematician. I'm actually, my secret identity is percentage man.
I thought, I don't want to die and not be able to do my times tables.
Could you recite them now, then?
Before I go to bed, my husband lies next to me and I say, I do them, and then I say,
It's
right,
nice to see the
fire them
romance,
at
isn't
me.
it? I tell you what, dear, it's cold in the valleys, isn't it? Don't worry, I've got a game that'll cheer us up. What'd you start? What's the first one? It's not your 2 times table, is it?
Yeah,
oh,
it is. I've gone as far as about my 6, and I get to 7. Don't go in.
What's 7 times 5?
I'm gonna... Oh, God, this is so embarrassing. Right.
35.
35. That is why I'm doing it. That's why I'm learning them.
Yeah, but you might have dyscalculus, like me, so you're not thick.
Have what?
Dyscalculus, same as dyslexia, so that's what I've got.
Yeah, right.
That is
I've got shorterless.
Well, that's true.
Don't you come round here giving it any of that, sweetheart. You'll be barred from this bloody pub, all right?
But that is true, you might have that. You're not thick.
Oh,
If there are
yeah.
any kids watching, you're not thick if you can't add up.
Well, you're a bit thick, aren't you?
Well, I mean, it's a bit late, isn't it?
You're not bright, let's put it like that.
Do you do it every single night without fail? Even if you come in really pissed, you still do it? You're getting on the times table?
Yeah, I still try to do it, yeah.
How bad does if there's a dress for 80 quid and it says 50% off, will you struggle?
Right, well, this is right. No, that would be £40, wouldn't it? Yeah. But I've got to check with you when I say it. I can't just say straight off.
What I often find, actually, is in shops, when they take a percentage off the original price, they will also tell you the subsequent price. It's quite a minority of shops that make you work it out. If you get it wrong, that's what you pay. Even if it's less than they wanted to charge. They go, I hope we don't get one of those dyscalculus people in. I thought it was 50p. I had to sell it to her.
So, Lee, what are you going to say? Is she telling the truth?
What have you cracked? Which one do you think you've...
I've cracked 1, 2, 3,
What?
4, 5, 6.
Do you mean you've learned how to count? OK, you've cracked the 1s, the 2s...
And I cracked 7 the other night.
Right, give us the 7 times table.
But I can't do it now, I can't remember it. 1 7 is 7. Oh, foul, this is like my worst nightmare. 1 7 is 7, 2 7s are 14, 3 7s are 21, 4 7s are 28, 5 7s, now this is where all
35.
5 7s are 35, 6 7s are 42, 7 7s are 40, right, this is 49, 49, 8 7s are 54, 52.
Higher.
56.
Okay.
What was that? 9 7s are 56, 10 7s are 70, 11 7s are 77, 12 7s are 84, 88, 92.
Right, so...
It's not a Jeremy Kyle show. It's 7 times table.
I think this could be a cracking new round.
Lee, is it the truth?
I think it's a lie.
Why do you think it's a lie?
Why would anybody do that at night? That's the last thing you need before you go to bed.
I think it's true.
Patsy thinks it's
Patsy's
true.
going to stick on true.
We'll go with Patsy, though.
All right, then, so, Joe, truth or lie?
That is true.
Yes, it's true. Actually, Joe, I've got a mental arithmetic problem for you. If you take one husband and recite multiplication tables at him 7 nights a week, how many divorce lawyers will he need? Kevin, you're next.
I once accidentally bought a horse.
Sorry? You bought a what?
A horse.
A horse. Sorry, I missed the S.
You claim that you once accidentally bought a horse. Am I right?
You're right.
Right, fine. We're all clear. Under what circumstances? What did you think you were buying?
I never thought I was buying anything. I thought I was renting.
Did you think you were renting a horse?
Yes.
Right. So you paid to rent a horse, and then at the end, when you tried to return the horse, they said, "What the hell are you doing? I've been trying to get rid of Psycho for years."
That's pretty much it.
How long had you imagined that you were going to rent it for?
We thought we were going to rent it for like 25 minutes.
And did they charge you?
It was in Bulgaria on holiday.
OK, so what did it cost in local Bulgarian currency?
What is the local Bulgarian currency?
It was 200 lev. Lev, L-E-V. I don't know how you pronounce it, but lev.
200 lev.
200
How
Bulgarian.
much is that in sterling, roughly?
Roughly, I
At
think
the
it's
time?
at the time, I think it was at £90. So we thought it was a good deal
£90 for 25
for
minutes.
25 minutes on a horse.
But you said we thought we were going to rent it for 25 minutes.
There was me and my friend.
So you
It
were
was a
going to
lad's holiday, we were 18, we thought
we'll
we'll go horse riding.
In Bulgaria.
In Bulgaria.
Did you question the odd sort of time slots they were going for?
No, the
I've
guy-
never been pony trekking, but I imagine they sort of rent you the horse for perhaps a couple of hours.
Oh, the
or,
guy-
or at least a solid half hour.
You get 25 minutes and then the horse needs a break for 5 minutes and then
And
somebody
then
else
you
comes.
keep the horse forever.
Oh, I never knew that.
What happened when you tried to take it back?
The guy explained to us that the guy was gone. The guy...
Never say the phrase on this game. The guy explained to us that he'd gone.
Well, there was two.
Never say that.
There was two different guys. There was two
You have
guys.
to go through me if you want to speak to my client.
There was guy A. Guy A.
That's a Bulgarian name.
Very well known. The most famous Bulgarian name.
Right, guy Dimitri. I think that... No, guy A. And guy B.
Right.
We thought we were going horse riding and we were heading towards the place where you actually hire the horse.
Stables.
The official... the stables. Right?
Honestly, even I think he's making it up, and I'm on his team.
Bit of patience, Brian. Come on. Right. We met a guy on the way who had a horse, and we thought he was doing that thing, in Asda, when you've got a shopping trolley, and you're taking it back, and somebody else needs a trolley, and you say, "Oh, do you want this one?" So we thought the guy was saying,
I don't need to go all the way to the actual stable. I'm from the stable,
Yeah.
so just hire this horse.
That's what the guy said.
Yeah.
So we thought, all right,
you-
there was a bit of a communication breakdown. There was a Bulgarian guy trying to speak English and two Scottish guys trying to speak English. So we thought the guy had gave us the horse to ride and come back in 25
Were you
minutes.
not surprised that... I mean, I've never been on holiday to Bulgaria, but I imagine that things would be a bit cheaper in Bulgaria than in Britain. Were you not surprised that it cost you the equivalent of £90 to hire a horse for 25 minutes?
It was 25 minutes each, so it was two of us.
Right.
So we chipped in for a horse. For 25 minutes each.
But still, even if you thought you were going to get 25 minutes each, that's a lot, isn't it?
Oh, it's an hour. You need to give the horse a break, as I said.
But let's forget about the 25 minutes.
forget about
for
the
now,
horse.
'cause
Forget
that's
about the horse, yeah.
That's absolutely, obviously bullshit. You take the horse back. Guy B, who's the guy you met on the way to the stables...
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's
No
gone.
sign of him.
No, he's gone.
So you say to Guy A, well, we hired this as part of your not bothering to actually go to the stables but getting it a few hundred yards away scheme. We hired this horse for 25 minutes at an extortionate rate. Nevertheless, here it is. And what did he say?
We went back to the place where we picked up the horse.
Oh, so not to the stable,
No.
but to the random
We never got
point
right.
in the road. A couple of 100 yards from the stable, thinking bewilderedly, where has the mysterious man gone? I would have thought that logically, when you were returning it, having thought that it had come from the stable, but you'd been lucky not to have to walk to the stable before hiring it, you might nevertheless have thought, well, the stable's where it's got to go back to,
Yeah.
rather than, well, Sodom, this is where we picked it up from, I'm not actually taking the stable. I'm going to stand here, 300 yards away from the stable, go, come over here! point locals start waving, going, no! You keep!
Kevin, look at me. You're taking the horse back.
Look at me!
What happened next?
Come on, Kevin. Come on.
Right.
So where are we taking off from?
You're taking the horse back.
Let's go back to the start.
Kevin Bridges, for the love of God, please tell us what happened.
Right. We bought a horse. We thought we'd rented the horse. We'd done the horse riding, took it back to the initial place we picked up the horse.
Yes.
Locals explained we'd went to a counterfeit horse guy. It wasn't the official horse riding stable.
This was a counterfeit horse. This wasn't a genuine horse. This was maybe two guys in a costume.
That would explain the 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't only do 25 minutes.
The giveaway was after 25 minutes, and one went. Right, let's crack on, lads.
So, David's team, what do you think? Truth or lie?
I mean, the trouble with this game is it plays tricks with your mind. But I don't think it's true. You don't really.
It's got to be, hasn't
It's
it?
got to be a lie.
Got to be a lie.
Yeah.
Saying it's a lie. Right, so here we go. It really is.
Here's the moment.
This is more than any other episode I've done of this show. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Kevin Bridges, is it true or is it a lie?
It's true.
Unbelievable. Kate Silverton, you're next.
All right. I once read an entire news bulletin with 1 foot in a bucket of iced water.
David?
Right. I'm assuming some sort of injury.
Yes, I had sprained my ankle.
By, what, reading a difficult sentence?
I'd raced in a triathlon the day before,
right.
and I'd come a bit of a cropper. So the next day it was very, very swollen. So we tried putting it up, but of course that didn't really look that good.
Yeah.
As I was reading the news.
Yeah. Looks too casual, doesn't it?
We came up with a cunning plan to have a bucket of ice, but it was just, I was in such pain.
It's very odd that you didn't have someone that could do it for you. I mean, you know, you're allowed to take sick leave, surely, on an injury. Why?
Not when you freelance. No, because I went in. Obviously, I wanted to work. If I didn't work, then that's me. I don't get paid. So
someone else gets in there, eh?
Yeah.
I totally believe that.
I don't. The freelance thing.
What do you mean?
What do you mean free? Why can't you be freelance?
Oh, they're like a couple
Dude,
now,
I
aren't
mean,
they?
are you that Were you that desperate for the money?
Well, it was a 3-hour stint. It was on a Sunday morning, and you go in for 3 hours, and it's very, very difficult to get somebody else to cover.
When did you do the injury, actually?
On the Saturday.
At what time?
In the afternoon, like a 3 o'clock race.
Oh, I see. And what part of the race was it?
The running bit at the end.
Where did you come in the race?
Good Lord, it's like a slightly Camp Inspector Morse. Please take your guess. Is she telling the truth?
Yes.
Would you like to consult with your team?
What do you think?
I think it's probably true.
What do you think?
I think it's true, but...
Yes, true. It's true. It's true.
So they're saying it's true. Kate Silverton, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
It's a lie. Kate did not read an entire news bulletin with 1 foot in a bucket of iced water. To be fair, being a newsreader is simply reading words from an auto cue. Any idiot can do that. Smile, pause for laughter, encourage applause.
Nice stupid face at the end, I like that.
Sanjeev is first up.
I once had to ask Michael Winner to calm down after I crashed into his car.
David.
Right. Was this... At the time when you asked him to calm down, had his brilliant Eshaw campaign already hit our screens and so, you know, seemed like an apposite thing to say? Or was this years ago and angrier Michael Winner, who still had a film career?
Yeah. I think it was before the adverts.
Right, so maybe that's what gave him the idea.
Quite possibly.
What car was he driving?
He was driving a Bentley.
What colour?
I don't know, it was dark.
Well, it was at night or it was a dark Bentley?
Both. It was dark, that's why it blended in.
Right.
That's why I hit him.
Are you sure he had a car at all?
Well, you mean I just hit him up the arse?
Well, he was once a very large man.
What was your car?
I was in a Vauxhall Cavalier.
And where did the crash happen?
Yes.
It was Kensington High Street in London.
Who was in the car with him?
No one, I think.
He was driving himself?
He was driving himself, yeah.
Describe the whole incident.
It was raining and it was dark and I braked. And the guy in front of me braked very suddenly and I went into the back of him.
So you both get out of the car. At this point, you're presumably quite surprised to see that it's Michael Winner.
I started laughing.
Right. What was his response?
He said, that bump is about £1,000. Then Michael Winner got out of the car and he said, I agree with the first chap. I started laughing and he just said, this isn't very funny. And I said, I think it is.
Did you exchange all the details?
I think I gave him my details. I don't think he gave
Did you
me
include the OBE in your details?
Didn't have one at the time.
This was pre-decoration.
Was it this incident that led to your being awarded the OBE? Because I think you should have got a knighthood.
Well...
You have to kill him for that.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't have a passenger with him, because he's very friendly with Michael Caine. I was driving down the road when we felt a prang in the arse. I looked around. Who do you bloody think it was? Only Sanjeev Bhaskar, pre-decoration. What do you think, David's team?
Michael Winner does have a driver, always talks about the driver in his reviews.
Well, you think it's true.
Well, I'm so gullible. I think, yes. Oh, did it? Oh, really?
You think it's
well,
a
it
lie.
happened.
It's a lie.
There's something about that he would have a chauffeur or someone else in the car. So, on the basis I have the casting vote, I'm going to say lie.
Saying that it's a lie.
Yeah.
OK. Sanjeev Bhaskar, OBE. Are you telling the truth or telling a lie?
I'm telling the truth.
Yes. It's true. Sanjeev did once have to ask Michael Winner to calm down after he crashed into his car. It was a serious accident, but a couple of good panel beaters and some light touching up, and Michael looked as good as new. It's Lee.
I've placed a £500 bet at the bookies that I'll live till I'm 100.
David's team, what do you think?
When did you place this bet?
I placed this bet when I was 18 years old.
And what odds did they offer?
They offered odds of 1,000 to 1.
1,000 to 1. And you... Sorry, how much did you bet again?
£500.
So, when you're 100, you stand to gain what?
£47, 38.
How old are you now?
I'm 41.
Right, so at 18...
£500,000.
How...
Got it. Nice. Well done.
So you're only a couple of years younger than me. At 18, £500 was quite a lot of money back then.
It was.
Where did you get £500 from?
I inherited it from my granddad, who reached the age of 100.
Oh.
And I thought that would be an appropriate thing to do.
Your granddad was 100 before you were 18. How old's your dad when you're 18?
Sorry?
When you were 18... When you were 18, your grandfather was 100?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. So he was 82. Your grandfather was 82 when you were born, right?
Can we stop calling him Grandad and give him his proper name of Step-Grandad?
Oh, nice. OK.
Show some respect for the dead.
He
old.
He was your step-grandfather.
But
Yeah, but can I
still
just-
decided that after your grandfather died, your grandmother married a much, much older man.
Well, she was very old. She was very old when she had my...
Yeah.
My dad.
Why did you decide...
How old was your grandmother when she had your dad?
She
71?
was she was 45 when she had my granddad.
Right.
Look, it's a weird family, I'm not going to lie. It's a very weird family.
Why did you decide?
It would make sense,
No,
that man.
She was 45 when she had...
The maths might make sense, but why did you decide that the genes of your step-granddad would be in you?
£500, that would have got you an airfare to Australia.
23 years
Surely
ago.
you'd have spent it on travelling or something like that. I just can't believe that you would...
Oh, yeah. I was grieving. That was not the time to go flying around the world. There's nothing more upsetting than a step-grandfather dying at 100. I'll be honest with you, none of us expected it.
David, time to guess, time to guess.
Yeah, it's a lie. It's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
It's a lie.
Ruth thinks it's a lie, Jason thinks it's a lie. Lee, is it a lie, or were you actually telling us the truth?
It is, in fact, a lie.
No, it's not true, but Lee's going to feel like such an idiot if he does reach 100. Not because he didn't place the bet, but because he'll be wetting himself on a bus and telling strangers he used to be on the telly. Hugh is first up tonight. Who would you reveal all, please?
Occasionally, as a treat, I put Marmite on my face and let my dog lick it off.
Face.
Yeah.
And this is a treat for you or the dog?
I see it as a treat for the dog, because...
How does he see it?
Like many people, I don't... Apparently also very much as a treat.
What kind of dog, please?
She's a Springer Spaniel.
You say this is predominantly for the dog. You must enjoy it on some level, because that's quite an extreme activity to do with...
I've always
just for a dog.
I've always liked having my face licked by the family dog. Always.
By just the dog? Anyone else?
Well, cats have a raspy, sandpapery tongue, and it's not nearly so nice.
Have you ever been caught in that awkward moment where you've marmited up and then somebody's rung the doorbell?
By members of the household, but not by strangers at the door.
Do dogs like Marmite?
Dolly does.
I'm not sure that's a helpful line of inquiry, is it?
Do dogs like...
They like salt.
Of course it's a helpful line of inquiry.
Is it a helpful line of
If
inquiry?
all dogs hate Marmite, it can't be true.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody on the planet that could answer that question properly.
You don't think there's anyone on
the planet that could answer the question, do all dogs like Marmite? No, I don't think there is.
I don't want this to sound like a rebuke. What I was saying was whether anyone knew whether or not all dogs might hate Marmite. You'd know if all dogs...
That's very much just the other side of the coin in my book.
No, this isn't a coin. There are three things. There's dogs all hate Marmite,
Yes.
there's dogs all like Marmite,
Yes.
or there's dogs have a similar view to Marmite as humans do.
Yeah, what, let me not hate it? Rob,
I
no,
know.
as someone who's now in Series 4, you never get into conversations like this with David. He always wins or wears you down. Just don't do it. Surely it is almost certainly true that some dogs will like Marmite and some won't.
No. For example, I would say that no cats like baked beans.
Would you? No! You're definitely wrong about that.
For 2 hours, my cat got stuck in a fridge and genuinely ate a bowl of baked beans. Genuine, I swear on my life.
How did the cat get stuck in
The cat, I don't know, just leapt in when my mum opened it once.
And then and you didn't see it?
And
She didn't see a cat in the fridge?
She did that. Probably got some milk, cat jumped in, shut.
Well, she got the milk for the cat, and then where's the cat? Have you seen the cat?
Maybe I'm wrong about cats and baked beans. What I'm saying is there are some foods liked by many humans that certain other species will never eat.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is different species like different things, and
No,
it is possible.
You said that
It is
the things that humans eat, that other animals, all other animals are species.
We've got to learn to work together.
Well, yeah, you really have. In that case, you need to change your opinion.
This programme has taken on a tone of civil unrest. I sense anarchy at the gates. David, I'll caution you once. Control your team.
I'm going to have to call in the UN. I can no longer vouch for my team.
Excuse me, what have I done?
I feel like a supply teacher who's been parachuted into a problem school and is finding it very difficult to cope. Hugh, your original statement was to do with the dog licking off your face. Now, how often does this occur?
It's something I started doing as a kid because it was a good way to... That was several dogs...
Good way to what?
to get the family dog to lick my face.
So, David Mitchell, what are you saying? Truth or lie?
Rod, what do you think?
Oh, no.
I think whatever my captain thinks, I will back him to the hilt.
Oh, my word.
Can I just say that he just touched David's leg in a slightly effeminate manner? Like that.
If that's what it takes to have them working as a team, Miranda, I'm happy.
That whole was sexual tension, is that what you're doing?
Is that sexual tension?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't like it. Miranda, what do you think?
I think it is a lie because he doesn't look that desperate for affection in his life.
It has to be a lie, David, otherwise there's something wrong with him.
So you both think it's a lie?
Yes.
Yes.
OK, we'll say lie.
There's a lot riding on this
All right.
one.
So, Hugh Fernley-Whittingstall.
It was a lie.
Yes, it was a lie. Hugh does not put Marmite on his face and let his dog lick it off as a treat. I once let a German Shepherd lick Marmite off my face. If you're watching, Jürgen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to end like that. It's David.
As a child, I used to play board games against a bucket with a face painted on it. I called this bucket Stephen Tatlock.
Wow, what games did you play?
Monopoly. I played a game called Diplomacy. And...
Even then, you were thinking of becoming a politician.
Yeah. Even then. I'm not a politician.
Why Stephen Tatlock?
Well, it was basically named after a friend of mine. Who was...
Why did you play with Stephen Tatlock? He had no hands.
Stephen Tatlock wasn't always there. But after I painted the face on the bucket, he was.
Did he paint the face on the bucket?
I think my dad painted the face.
Your dad was involved in this sad story? You've decided you haven't got any friends, but lucky day for you is this is Stephen Tatlock.
What can I say? My father saw me talking to a bucket and decided to accept that side of my nature.
Did your father invent Henry Hoovers afterwards?
And this is your girlfriend.
So if you were playing Monopoly, you'd have your go, and then you'd run round and pretend to be Stephen, would you?
I wouldn't pretend to be Stephen, but I found I had to roll for Stephen. And Stephen would need help moving his...
Did Stephen ever win?
Yes.
What do you think, Lee? Is he telling the truth?
What do you think?
I don't know many people who have an imaginary friend with a surname.
He's one of the few. Did you call him Stephen Tatlock or Stephen? Did you say, it's your turn, Stephen Tatlock? You must do it quickly, or otherwise you'll go the way of the other buckets.
Usually I'd call him Stephen.
Oh, you were quite friendly then.
Yeah.
Did Stephen Tatlock know there was an imposter?
An imposter?
I call it the imposter.
No, I never mentioned Stephen Tatlock to Stephen Tatlock.
Did you ever mention the real Stephen Tatlock to the bucket?
I think probably not. No, I think that would have been...
They were blissfully unaware of each other's presence.
playing with levels of reality. I don't want you to think that I felt I was in any way being unfaithful to the real Stephen.
Oh, yeah. I'm not picturing this as some sort of romantic film. I can't imagine the real Stephen Tatlock walking in on the game and you go, Stephen! Stephen!
So what do you think then, Lee? Time for a guess. Truth or lie?
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
Don't know why.
Well, look at David. We know why. What do you think, Holly?
I think... I don't think it's true.
I might ask my friend, Boris Dickey. What do you think, Boris Dickey? Boris Dickey says no. It's a lie.
So you're saying it's a lie?
Yes.
You and Boris say it's a lie. OK,
Boris
David.
Dickey!
Boris Dickey. David, truth or lie?
It is, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it was a lie. When David was a child, he didn't play board games against a bucket that he called Stephen Tatlock. Deborah Meaden, you're up next.
Bit pointless putting them on, wasn't it?
I recently had my house exorcised after several weird occurrences spooked me.
Exorcised? But who by? By
a priest.
A priest of what church?
Oh, I don't know. There was... I was put onto him by somebody else who'd had the same or similar problem.
Internet Church of Dodgy.
The internet.
Yeah. What happened that made you want an exorcist? Was it ectoplasm or poltergeist or what?
No, things were moving around the house. Furniture was moving. I'd go to bed and get up in the morning and furniture would be moved and...
So what procedure did the man who came to exorcise... Was it a man that came to...
It was.
How was he dressed?
I don't know the exact... He was dressed in black and a dog collar and...
So kinky?
No, I don't know exactly what he did because we had to leave the house. We spent a bit of time in the house and then we had to leave the house.
Can I ask you what they charged?
He didn't charge anything.
Really?
No.
It's a good job, because if you couldn't afford to pay the bill, they'd come back and repossess your house.
You know,
I'm not going to lie, I'm taking tomorrow off.
I don't know whether I enjoyed the joke more or your look of pride.
Once the priest had performed this exorcism, Deborah, was there a difference? Did it work?
It felt instantly different, yeah.
And things stopped moving?
Things stopped moving.
As the ghost left the house, did it just turn around and go, I'm out?
So do you believe in ghosts, then?
Well, I didn't, to be honest, I didn't. And I wasn't sure it was going to work. But there was definitely something going on in our house.
Worth giving it a try?
Worth giving it a try.
I would remind you that Bernard has travelled in the TARDIS, so if anybody here has knowledge of odd things going on... I mean, he's literally travelled through time and relative dimensions in space.
And by literally, you, of course, mean fictionally.
You have to spoil it, don't you? You're telling me next the Wombles were made up as well. They were wonderful, the Wombles. What are those guys doing now? You never see them in anything else.
They're moving furniture now, the Wombles.
Are they? Maybe it was Wombles. Maybe it was. David, what are you going to say?
What do you think, Bernard?
I actually believe in that sort of moving things about, so I'm not quite sure.
Patrick?
It's true.
So what are you saying, David?
Well, you think it's true? True, yeah. And you think it's true?
Yeah.
I think it's true. I think it's true.
We're going to say the team is united in truth. OK. Yes. Deborah Meaden, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
A lie.
On countdown, if I worked out the number puzzle before the time was up, I used to play a little game.
That's where I've seen you before. So, David's team, what do you think?
What little game?
Well, on the numbers puzzle, you know, you do the press the target and the number, and then the target.
And then there's a time
up.
limit.
And then there'd be 30. You had 30 seconds to do something.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time, I'd get the answer before the clock started, so I had 30 seconds.
Before the clock started. So you must have despised the contestants. Sitting there working away for the whole 30 seconds like morons.
What I used to do, I used to get my pen that I would write on the board with, and I used to go round all the props boys, and I used to make them tap the end of my pen, and how many could tap the end of my pen in 30 seconds. was the game.
So, how many props guys
Yeah.
were required in the production of Countdown?
Well, Joe's been on Countdown a lot, so you know how we have someone like Harry or Vince or Stan who do the water pouring.
Carol.
And then
Carol. We had.
Oh, yeah, had.
Top my pen!
We're probably sat there. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Did you ever vary the game at all? Was it always the same game?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, here we go.
Sometimes I managed to get to the front row of the audience as well. Occasionally,
did you?
a member of the
Come on.
audience.
Those people can't move.
Eh? Did you actually think this game...
She's gone. I'll get her next time.
Was this not distracting to the poor contestants who are trying to do some maths out of shot?
Slightly out of shot, yes.
Yeah. I feel sorry for this this new girl that's doing the numbers, because all the props guy must be going, oh, you'll have great fun on this show.
They will have said to her on the first day, are we going to play Touch the Pen? And got fired for sexual harassment. We always played Touch the Pen with Karen. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just not like that.
David, what are you and your teammates thinking?
Does it strike you as plausible?
I think it's flannel myself.
Flannel? That's a great word. You've been on EastEnders too long, Larry.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I missed a lot of that because as soon as Carol started describing the game, I had a sort of mental absence. I've done Dictionary Corner quite a lot. And
But you couldn't see me from Dictionary Corner, could you?
No, I couldn't.
Well, what I doubt is whether you would be allowed, when the contestants are trying to work out the math, to run around the studio getting men to touch your marker pen. Yes, well, so we think it's a lie, I think.
I think we do.
OK.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
OK, Carol, is it truth or is it a lie?
It is true.
Now then. Oh. And do you know what? It actually is lots of fun. So, you seriously did this?
It was a ritual, and after about 15 years, it gets funny, really, when, you know...
Wow. That's what we're hoping with this show.
And do you know, when I was being really cheeky, I'd take the top off, and then they all got dirty fingers.
Ken, your turn to reveal all.
I am the Mayor of London.
I was the first person in the world to breed the Congolese frog, Hymenocyrus curtipes, in captivity.
This shouldn't take long. David.
Why? They are the only frog I know that has a prehensile anus. And... What?
Yeah, you got our attention. What?
They can turn the anus into a small tube which sprays eggs or sperm in just about every general direction.
How did you make them breed?
Well, this was...
He stammered when he asked it. I love that. Sir, how did you make them breed?
Everybody else had kept them in tanks with an aerator, which bubbled away. And with the prehensile anus spraying the sperm and the eggs in all directions, if it's bubbly water, they just sink down and nothing happens. They need to stay on the surface film. So it's pure luck on my part.
Not in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd hear Ken Livingstone say anus so many times.
You should have been around on election night.
OK, David, what is your decision?
You think it's...
I think it's a very clever lie, because we know how you like amphibians or reptiles or whatever. What is it? What's
Politicians.
Politicians.
You have to reach a decision.
Has he
What
had
do you
a lie
think?
yet, or is
Is
it
it
truth?
true or false? She thinks it's a lie, you see.
Right.
You can't ask members of the
Of course
audience.
you can.
What is this?
OK, hands up who thinks it's a lie.
Hands up.
And, yeah, and who thinks it's true?
I think it's true.
What's this?
It's unheard of on this show.
What I like, Fern, is we now have a sort of a soupçon of ready, steady cook about it. So what are you going to say then?
I think green tomatoes have got it.
Yeah? And you're saying it's...
I think, well, it was more hands up for true.
More for true, I think. I think we're going to say it's true.
You're saying it's true? Right. Ken Livingstone, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It's true.
I once stole some toilet paper from George Michael's house.
Lee?
Was it new or used? Was it beside the bed on the floor crumpled up, or was it from a roll?
I'm amazed he has toilet paper in his house, because he's normally the gents in the park.
Yeah, it was in his house. In the toilet. Not in the toilet, like, on the roll.
Just what were you doing at George's house?
It was a party. I think it was his birthday.
Were any of his relatives there?
You think it might. Well, I mean, what was the occasion?
But it was a party. What do you have parties for?
Well, I have parties for all sorts of reasons.
Well, it was one of those reasons.
All right, then. Why did you steal the paper?
A memento.
How much did you steal, Jamelia? What sort of quantities are we talking about here?
Not like just like a square.
One square?
One square?
And then you did this. That's not a square. That's an oblong.
The toilet paper squares are oblong. You know, they're referred to as squares, but they're not perfect squares at all. They're oblong. They're definitely longer than they are wide.
You're the only person in the world that's noticed that, David. Everyone else goes like that, just that, but not you. I say. Excuse me, darling, pass me the ruler. I think this is actually an oblong, not technically a square. Well, how long ago was it?
A few years.
3, 4 years? Give me some figures.
About 3 or 4 years.
Oh, all right, that's handy.
What's Jimmy? No further questions, Your Honour. False. I think if you were going to steal something from George Michael's house, you would steal something a bit better than that.
Hey, what do you want? To take a flat-screen TV? I mean, there's taking a memento, and then there's just being a thief.
I think you're edging towards saying it's a lie, I suspect.
I think
Me and Jimmy think it's a lie, but Terry, if you're going to overrule us, then...
No, I'm just going to disagree. In that way, I'll look great if you're wrong.
You won't look great.
Fair enough. Hey, what about... Give them your brutal quipping, not me.
Oh,
I'm on your team.
Right, Jamelia, you're going to have a bit of brutal quipping. Go on, we'll say that's a lie, Jamelia.
OK, so, Jamelia, they're saying it's a lie. Are you telling the truth?
It is true.
One of my best friends at school was a little man I'd made from a slice of toast that I always kept in my bag.
OK. Yes, true. Next question.
What was his name?
Tim.
Tim Toast?
In the toast man.
How did you make him?
I cut him. I actually
With
figured
scissors?
him myself.
Scissors or a knife?
Scissors.
Scissors, so you got a piece of toast, brown or white?
Good question.
Brown toast. Was he buttered?
No, he wasn't buttered. That would be stupid, David.
I was thinking, maybe you make yourself a piece of toast, you butter it unthinkingly before you say, oh, no, that was the one I was going to cut out and make a friend out of. And now, unfortunately, I've buttered my friend, but then my friend will be more buttery, which is... The fats in the butter would help preserve the friend from the mould, which will otherwise develop, which is going to be the central part of my next question. How long did Tim last before he rotted? And what did you feel when you saw Tim, who you'd created,
I stopped listening
rotting?
about 10 minutes ago. What are you asking me?
I'm asking what happened about the rotting of Tim.
I don't remember a rotting.
How old were you when you made Tim?
7 or 8.
And how old were you when you stopped being interested in Tim?
29.
And what did he do, Tim?
Did you never have an imaginary friend? He was just...
This wasn't an imaginary friend. This is a friend that just happens to be made out of a piece of toast.
Did you make him, you know, in your own image?
I do remember designing big legs because I wanted him to be a fast runner like what I was.
Where did Tim sleep?
In the toaster.
I mean, did you take him to bed?
All right, then, David's team, I think you've heard enough.
What do you think, Gloria?
I think it's true. I'd be very happy to make a small piece of toast for Ellen.
I think true. I don't know, so I'm happy to go with true, yes.
You're saying it's true?
I'm saying it's true.
OK, Miranda, is it true or is it a lie?
It is, in fact... It...
I am launching my own range of condiments, including Omi Jalili Piccalilli.
So,
if you're not, you've got to.
Who approached you about launching a range of condiments?
Penguin Books.
It's true. That's where their money comes from.
Barry Norman has a range of pickled onions out.
Through Penguin Books?
I don't know about Penguin Books,
Yes,
but Barry Norman does have jars of pickled onions.
Well,
on
like
the
Paul
market.
Newman with his salad.
No, he does.
Salad, yeah.
It was. That was the idea. They were trying to make this Paul Newman thing happen. I said, I've only done a few bit parts in a few films. And they said, well, you're quite well known in comedy, and we're trying to get this new thing, Jalili Piccalilli. There'll be other products as well, Jalili Chili, all kinds of things with Lily at the end.
So why did Penguin Books? I mean, just... Is it to go with a book?
They wanted me to write a book, but I didn't feel I was old enough or experienced enough to write anything about my life.
So you said, how about I do some sort of sauces and spices and...
I didn't, they did. There was somebody who was in the meeting who has a sideline in condiments.
So Penguin Books said, we'd love you to do a book. And you said, no, I won't do a book. OK, oh dear, he won't do a book. That was a good idea. Any chance of some condiments? Because in the office next door, there's a guy, and basically he's just been working on some pickled onions with Barry Norman. He was brilliantly, your name rhymes with some condiments.
Yes.
Particularly Piccalilli, which we're trying to introduce to a new generation.
Reintroduce
That's not his real name. His real surname is Jabasco Sauce.
I'm not
really
prepared to say anymore.
I think it's gone so weird that it's true. I think...
Well, stranger things have happened, but I think only about 6 ever.
The books thing can't
the Penguin
be
Books
true.
is
It can't
so...
be true, can it?
It's such a strange thing to make up if it's a lie that it makes me think it's true.
You see, I think... What I'm worried that we're in danger of doing here is having heard something that is absurd and obviously not true and saying that therefore it must be true.
So, come on, what's it going to be?
I think we think it's a lie, but I'd like to say if it is true, it's what a wonderful world.
You're saying it's a lie?
It's a
OK,
lie,
Omid Jalili, is it fact or is it fiction?
It's absolute crap.
The only concert I have ever been to was by Shirley Bassey.
Where was that?
It was at the bit of Wembley that's not a football stadium, but is nevertheless a very large
On the tube station?
No, I think the arena.
The arena?
Mm-hmm.
And who did you go with?
I went with a friend of mine called John.
And what period was this?
It was the 18th century. I think about 7 or 8 years ago.
Was she surprisingly good?
She was pretty good. She was incredibly loud.
You don't expect that, do you, at a concert?
Can you remember any of the songs she sang?
I think she sang all the, like, Goldfinch. She definitely sang Diamonds Are Forever as well.
Yeah.
And
I can't help thinking you know nothing about Shirley Bassey, but you've watched a lot of James Bond films.
I can't believe you've never been to a classical concert.
OK.
So what do you think, Lee? It's a curious
I don't
one.
know. I can believe David doesn't strike me as the type of person that
would go to loads of gigs.
Yeah, so it is possible that he's not been to a concert before. It's a lie.
Yeah.
What do you think, Gabby?
He's very clever, though, isn't he?
Well, he's not that clever. I mean, it's all a facade. I'm actually the clever one.
The gut.
This is an act. When we go backstage, I'm like, David, marvellous performance, and he's like, they fell for it again, didn't they? So we're saying...
I think, like you, it's a lie.
OK, my team say it's a lie, so we'll say that that is indeed a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. OK, David, is it true?
It is true.
I kept my car running for 2 months by cracking an egg into it every day.
David's team, is that possible?
When you say cracking eggs into it, where do you mean
In the petrol tank or in the... In the petrol tank. Oh, you fool. Do you know nothing of cars? No, not egg-running cars.
Well, if you, in a car, you have a radiator. If the radiator cracks, all the water comes out.
Yeah.
But, interestingly, if you put an egg in the radiator, it congeals. And it seals the hole in the radiator because the egg cooks. And...
So why didn't you go and get it fixed?
Well, that's a good question. See, Trini, I couldn't afford it. So I thought, it's about 150 quid to get the radiator replaced now. It was my first car. So
the eggs must have cost you 100 quid.
No, they weren't free range, darling. No, I'm talking really cruel eggs.
Did you do an egg a day?
Cruel and cheap, they used to be called.
Did you do an egg a day?
I can pump out 50 a day was the advert. Who needs to move his head? That's where the advert Who needs to move his head? 50 a day, that's me.
So what do you think? Is it true or is it a lie?
Can't be true.
What do you think?
I think it's a lie.
OK, lie.
You're saying it's a lie. Lee, tell us the truth.
It is, in fact, true.
Oh, yeah. I used to run a market stall that only sold hats for dogs.
Lee's team, this shouldn't take long.
Flannel!
What year was this?
It was in 19... There we go. 19...
Larry, we're supposed to go. Here we go. You don't do it about yourself.
No, it was in the 1960s.
The 1960s?
Yeah.
And this was your own business?
I was a lad. I was still at school.
You were still at school? And you thought, I'm going to hit up the booming dog hat market?
Yeah. I was pretty enterprising lad, I tell you.
Can you give me some...
In Harlow.
What was your top seller?
Harlow. The top seller was a plaid one, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about sizes, because obviously the sizes of dogs...
There were only 3 sizes.
What were they?
They were, well, small, medium and large.
It's a complex system, Carol.
My key question is, how did a dog keep the hat on?
You put it over its ears.
So you crushed its ears?
No, you don't crush it. No, well, I mean, this was the 60s. You didn't worry about those things anyway. But...
People talk about the 60s ago. In the 60s, it was wild, crazy. I've never heard anyone. It was crazy. We used to crush dogs' ears and we'd think of the monkeys. Honestly, crazy time.
Did you make the hats yourself, or did you buy them from somebody else and then sell them on?
No, they were being made in China.
They were being made in China. So you had links with China, despite the fact you were at school. You're chasing this life.
Was it just dogs' hats?
Yeah. The main item then in the 60s, for some strange reason, in Harlow, was that all they
Only in Harlow?
So, Lee, the moment has now come within the game where you guess whether it's the truth or a lie.
All the evidence seems to suggest...
It's a great big fat porky.
Yes. That'd be a good name for one of his hats.
So you're saying it's a lie?
It's got to be a lie.
Lie. It's a lie.
OK. Larry, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It's a lie.
The D in my name stands for delicious.
Obviously, why?
Well, it was the late 60s when I was born, 1969. There are a lot of black men my age around that time being given names like Reginald and Winston and Delicious because... Because at that time in America, affirmative action had just started. So black women saw an opportunity for their children to get more jobs. So what they did was, we're going to give him a name that will enable him to be, you know, recognizable yet dignified to potential employers. And
delicious is dignified.
Well, I mean, you have to understand how it's a little different in the black community than it is in your white world. And so, like the name Delicious commands great respect in the ghetto. You probably don't listen to much rap music, do you, Fern? Then there's MC Delicious, Big Papa Delicious,
French Golden.
Where did Reginald come from?
Reginald is a German name. It means mighty or wise power. And delicious means very tasty.
What was your father's name?
My father's name is Homer.
And what was his middle bit?
He didn't have a middle name.
No.
He grew up in the 30s and 40s, and it was very tough times for black people, and he couldn't afford a middle name.
And do you have brothers and sisters?
I do indeed.
And what are their names?
Well, there's Brenda, there's Kathy, there's Oliver, there's Scrumptious.
I don't think people would have thought that calling you delicious would help you get jobs, except as a food. Well, I think, shall we say it's a lie? I think that's what we're heading towards.
It feels stupid, but it's true.
So you're saying it's a lie?
Yes.
OK, Reg, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is a lie.
Possession.
OK, there's a box under the desk, if you'd like to bring it up, and read out the card therein.
Well, this is some of my hair collection that I gathered from guests who appeared on the word. Rodwell and Emu. MC Hammer. And Kurt Cobain's hair.
All right, there we are.
Where did you manage to get this hair from? I would ask the makeup women to take it off the brush.
So they were brushing Emu.
Well, emu have to. It kind of sheds.
Would you mind if I had a look? I'd quite like to see
Come over.
Some of MC Hammer's little curlies in a regal packet.
That phrase has never been said in the history of mankind.
Well, be careful, because there's only...
What are you smelling for?
It smells like heroin. That's never Rod Hull's hair. Look at that. That's not even real hair. Oh, look at MC Hammer's in a little baggie in it.
Oh, hey, don't open it.
That's never MC Hammer's hair, I'm telling you. Have a look at that. That's not MC Hammer's hair. I know MC Hammer's
This
hair.
is like a really low-budget CSI.
Interesting little pot.
Now it's turned into Antiques Roadshow. Which is, I could see you on, actually, David.
I would have that insured for 2, maybe 3 pence.
So what are you going to front for?
I'm tricky. You know, the thing that really is most convincing is that this is definitely an old cigarette packet.
I think it's a big, hairy lie.
But now he's doing that smile.
I
hate this game. I think we're going to say lie, aren't we?
It's a lie.
I'll agree.
Right. You're saying it's a lie. OK, Terry, is it truth or is it a lie?
Get your hair, baby. Lie.
I once put out a fire using my neighbour's milk.
Lee's team, is that possible?
Was it a very small fire?
It was, you know, a fire. Say for example, that desk was on fire. It was about that big, and it wasn't just one neighbour's. It was about 15 neighbours.
15 neighbours. What time of day was this?
In the morning when the milk came.
Well, one of your neighbours were up early enough to bring the milk.
It was a Saturday. It's a Saturday. They have a lie in and you get double milk because of the Sunday, you know.
So what was on fire, please?
It's just on like a field. There was like some dried grass.
Just a bonfire, then?
Well, no. It just sort of. We just thought, oh, look at that dried grass. Let's set it on fire. And you know that's what you do when you're 25. I think we were about 8 or 9.
But basically, you're an arsonist. You started the fire.
Yes.
And then stole some milk in order to put it out. When it could have just burnt out quite happily on its own. There was no need, really, for...
Yeah, but at 8, I mean, I've not got this knowledge of fire. I'd seen 3 episodes of London's Burning. I don't know
I'm not sure that adds up, Jason. How long's London Burning been on?
I think you can believe him. He's seen London's Burning.
I'm not sure London's Burning, the programme, was on.
So you're disputing when London's Burning first came onto our screen?
Yes, that's it, yeah.
Right, Jason was born in 1981, so he is alleging that by 1989, London's burning was already on television. I believe him.
1981, he looks like me uncle.
Anyway, can we get back to the story? How far did you have to go to get the milk?
I was a kid, I didn't measure it. I mean, about...
Give us a rough...
12 and a half metres.
About 12
and a half metres.
Why don't you just get a knock at the door and say, quick, the field's on fire?
Because then that would be admitting that there was a fire, whereas in this instant, the only thing that happened was a milkman got sacked for not delivering milk.
So there was, just to clarify, before we say our decision, you took how many bottles of milk to put out the fire?
15 or so.
15?
15, 10.
Well, I take you back to your earlier answer, which was 15 houses, and on a Saturday they got double milk.
He's very fair-minded. He took 1 pint from each.
So what are you going to say, Lee? What are you going for here?
Oh,
I don't know now.
The whole answer was delivered in such an implausible and frankly guilty-sounding way.
What do you think, Miranda?
I think it's a truth.
Well, Jason, where were you brought up?
Manchester.
Yeah, you see, I was brought up around Manchester, and I can imagine the bit about you saying, all right, let's go in there and set fire to a field. Believable. Yeah. Go, oh, no, that's a bit big. Better put it out with some milk and be good citizens. Yeah. Doesn't really do about it.
So what are you going to plump for?
You're saying the truth.
Truth.
You're saying a lie.
Yeah.
I'll go with Miranda and say we think that's the truth.
You're saying it's the truth. OK, so, Jason, is it the truth?
It is a truth.
I wrote my will on a bit of cardboard when I thought the plane I was in was about to crash.
Oh, there we are.
I know, but certainly, yes, she was, I'd say, trying to make it look like she was amazed by the ridiculous thing on the card.
Like that.
But maybe she was amazed by the ridiculous thing on the card, because I imagine if a plane crashed, one of the things that would perish along with the humans would be the cardboard. So,
Are you asking me to comment on that?
I think he's just suggesting that you should have written your will on the black box.
Yeah.
I mean, that's logistically impossible. Aren't they locked in their cabins now?
Doing that.
Oh. Sorry to argue with you.
No, you see, I don't think that the black box solution was workable either.
OK.
I think when they find the black box, what they do is it's a recording they play rather than they read what's written on it.
Don't you mean I could have got in the pilot's cabin and just screamed my will at them?
You could have actually gone on the radio and say, never mind, Mayday, Mayday, take this down.
Was it cardboard and not paper?
It was a packet.
A packet?
Of what?
Do you always look this cheesed off when you're thinking?
I've got so many cogs whirring in my brain. I'm just trying to control them.
So many what? Sorry?
Cogs.
Oh.
Like you, Rob, my IQ makes double figures.
I think it's triple figures you're aiming at.
It was a film packet.
Why did you think it would work?
I was panicking. Yeah. The bloody plane was crashing. You're not logical, are you?
What were you writing? I mean, were you writing, like, bits and bobs to each person, or was it, like, everything?
I was leaving everything to the person I was with.
Oh,
he was in the plane.
Everything has to come through me, right?
So presumably it didn't crash because thankfully you're with us, and you know.
No, we thought it was going to crash.
Yeah.
And the plane had problems with the landing gear.
Well, David, you've heard a fair old testimony
Well,
here.
I don't think. Janet doesn't strike me as a
She will do by the end of the night.
All right. And I think to write a will on something that will burn more quickly than you will is a moronic act.
But the only thing that worries me was the beginning when she looked at it. I
felt
felt
double
that
bluff.
she was acting.
Yeah.
When you're thinking all along, she knows exactly what she's reading because it's the truth.
I think it was a bit double bluff at the beginning. I think it's probably true.
Yeah. And you're leaning towards
I think
true.
it could be true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just don't think it is true, but I'm happy to be outvoted. We think it's true.
You say it's true. Janet, is it fact or fiction?
True.
Oh.
Yes, I was right.
How did you get there?
I can't eat custard creams because they remind me of Spencer Whitfield, who bullied me at school.
David, what did Spencer Whitfield do to you?
He pinned me down with his mates and he force-fed me custard creams.
Why not just beat you up? Why did they want to feed you custard creams? Did you look thin?
The kind of lessons we had was, believe it or not, in secondary school, right, we'll go around the class and you've all got to tell us your favourite biscuit. One you like, one you hate.
And what subject was this?
It was home economics, and...
Did you do A-level home economics?
No, I didn't do A-levels, obviously, look at me.
What do you think the effect of A-levels on the face are? You can see I've got the scars of A-levels.
The type of school you went to, if you were a boy, you couldn't do home economics, you would have been doing woodwork.
Yeah, no, I think you're mixing me up with the film Kes. Where it was a choice between kestrels and coal. I was allowed to choose home economics.
Why did you choose that subject above kestrels
Do you know
or
why?
coal?
Genuinely, I thought it was about money. I thought I'd learn how to use money in a sensible way. And I got in there, and it was full of the kids that wanted to do cooking and needlecraft.
Who were big bullies.
So, David, what are you going to say?
I don't think it's true, really, but...
No.
You're pretty
saying it's a
set
lie.
on it being a lie. OK, fair enough. Lee, is it true or is it a lie?
It's a lie.
I have a 3-part ritual I have to adhere to before I go on stage.
David's team, how true is this?
OK, what are the 3 parts?
Firstly, there's a sweet that I have to have before I feel comfortable.
A sweet?
A sweet.
Part 2?
Part 2 is...
I may have to hurry.
Is putting on a spray. Is spraying me with... so I smell
Insecticide.
nice. I smell nice for the ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
What spray? What spray?
Madame Rochard. Because I'm in Hairspray and she's a woman, and so I put.
So it's a recent thing since you were in Hairspray. Or...
It depends. Yeah,
theme.
A different smell for every thing I do.
What did you do when you were in Cats?
I didn't do Cats.
What's the third part?
And the third part. Tapping. Tapping.
What do you tap?
Tapping. Parts of my body.
I don't think we need to go any further. Can you demonstrate?
Yes. You go there, and then you go there, and your hands.
Right, tapping your hands, yeah.
Well, there we are. There are lots of people around the country, just like Michael, who need your help. Please send whatever you can. David's team, what do you think?
This thing about tapping, I know about tapping, and you started doing it correctly and then you stopped because I thought, are you giving too much away if you continue tapping correctly?
But you didn't even do this. This is where doctors do it.
It's probably
not if you have a lung disease.
To be fair, he's never claimed to be a doctor, I think.
Well, there was the once, but...
That was just to get you to the next stage, isn't it?
There can't be a perfume for every character you play in musicals.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah, but it could
That's
be...
what you're saying.
No, I said for this character.
Yeah, Madame Rochstadt, whatever you called yourself. Is it real?
Yeah, but it's not one you'd associate with Hairspray. I'd associate Charlie or something with Hairspray.
He does that in the dressing room as well, actually.
Those were the old days.
My feeling is that it's a lie at the moment.
I think he's telling the truth.
So you're drifting
When pushed on the
towards a
fingers,
lie?
it was too vague, yes.
Well, it's 2-1. We reckon it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie.
Yeah.
OK, Michael, what is the answer?
It is, in fact, the truth.
As a child, at my grandparents' house, I had a little bell that I would ring if I wanted anything.
Lee, why did you have a bell?
Well, there was a bell. It was a pre-existent bell. There was a bell in the house, and I liked it.
Only at the grandparents' house?
Yes.
Not at home?
Because your parents didn't play that shit.
Yeah. At home, you just sort of went... how old were you?
About 6.
What were the things you wanted when you rang the bell?
More chips. A glass of orange squash. Sense of purpose in life.
Was it both grandmother and grandfather that would come and wait on you hand and foot, or was it just one or the other?
I was a small child. I was indulged to a certain extent, but then also to a certain extent there was... Can you actually just stop ringing your bell now? OK.
So, Lee's team, what do you think?
The parents could easily have had a bell, and the little brat could have just...
I liked the bell. I liked ringing the bell.
He liked ringing the bell. Is it true or is it a lie?
Reginald, delicious hunter.
Well, sausage roll, I believe that there's a simplicity to the story that rings true.
I'll go with that.
Go on, then. We'll say that that's true.
You're saying it's true. David, is it true or is it a lie?
Well, it is, in fact, true.
I worked as a podium dancer at the Ministry of Sound.
You were a podium dancer at where, sorry?
Yeah. At the Ministry of Sound.
And what does that involve? I don't say just dancing. I mean, what did you have to wear, for example?
Usually we'd get a phone call and they'd let us know if there was any colour theme. And then at certain points in the evening, they would just gather up those of us who were employed to do it and put us on a podium to get the crowd going.
And what sort of tunes were you dancing to?
This was early 90s, so, you know, early 90s house music.
Like what? Name one.
Hello.
I can't help you here.
I think the nature of that kind of music was that they were relatively indistinct tunes designed to create an atmosphere across the entire evening.
Well, that's a stroke.
But I mean, you know,
well, there is an easy way to tell if he's telling the truth, which is. Would you like to show us?
Not particularly.
Well, come on.
That's what I'm doing. I'm now a sort of moderately plump man in my mid-30s. It doesn't have quite the same impact.
Oh, come on, what do you mean, moderately?
Where did they find you?
Their own people just sort of talent spotted me.
They talent scouted you?
Yeah.
Marcus, it was a part-time job. Now, what else were you doing? What other jobs were you doing at the time?
I was working on an oil rig.
Okay.
I worked for 9 months on an oil rig, doing 4 weeks on, and in the 2 weeks off, I would go and do...
This is like your own private flash dance.
It's in that area, yeah.
What were you doing on the...
You were welding, and then you were dancing. Flash dance is based on your life.
What did your oil rig friend people... Did you tell them what you were doing part-time?
Yeah, I used to practice on the rig.
You did not.
An oil rig is just a massive podium.
So, Lee, what are you going to say? What do you think? Is he telling the truth?
It's got a lot of YMCA qualities, this. Come on, boys.
Not only do I think this is true, I think this is the most dignified and wonderful way for Marcus to come out on television.
It's so stupid, in a way, and unbelievable, that it could be true as a double bluff. But a lie as a double bluff, and he's made it mad, and he's thrown the oil rig thing in, which might be true, to go with the lie.
Can I just say,
it's a lie.
Of the 3 series we've done so far, I've never asked someone, and at the end of it, had less information than when I...
That's why you're the team captain, and I'm on the end now, getting quipped again by you both. You're like Radio 4 panel show bullies. So, I would say...
Radio 4? I've never been so happy in all my life. Do you really think that, Terence?
Yes. I'm telling you that he's lying.
Did you not see the dance move? Did you not see his crazy...
I was going to say, I didn't believe any of this, but I think Jimmy's probably... That was a move, wasn't it?
So what are you going to go for, Lee?
We'll say it's true.
OK. Marcus, is it truth or is it a lie?
It is, in fact, true.
Oh, possession.
Now, there's a box just behind the stage there, Claudia, if you'd like to get the box.
Hold on, bear with me.
Take out its contents.
OK. In here is my pet cat from when I was little, and my dad had her stuff for me when she died.
Oh.
Here she is.
I'll just pop her on the desk there, Podium.
Was she run over? Did you want your father to stuff your cat?
No,
once
but
it
I was
died?
so devastated. I was so upset that she died. So my dad, as a present, gave her to me, all stuffed, and she came to my wedding.
Sorry. Came to your wedding?
I think Lee, not of her own accord.
Was she a bridesmaid and came down on a trolley?
No.
Claudia, sorry, can you just remind us again how your poor little cat died?
Yes, well, she got sick.
And were you pleased with this dead cat?
Stuffed cat.
I was very pleased because she's sort of lucky. Like, if you're anyone's
She's
near
lucky?
her...
I would hate to see what happened to the unlucky one. What are we saying?
I want this to be true because it'll be funny. It'll be funny if it's true.
I just don't believe Claudia, even in Claudia's world, which I love. However, this is a step too far. I just don't believe.
Well, that's pretty convincing.
What the hell? She looks like a very lovely but slightly unstable woman, and I'm going to say that that's true.
You're saying it's true? OK, Claudia Winkleman, is it true or is it a lie?
It is indeed a lie.
Oh, what a shame.